Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to let you guys know that I did a recording of an unboxing with me, but unfortunately, the software I used to record on, OBS, decided to not have any audio. OBS. I'll be doing some voiceover. Um, Throughout the video, it's gonna look a little janky. I'm sorry in advance. I'm trying. But I also forgot to film the portion of where I unbox the ring light and put that together. That wasn't an OBS error. That was a me error. Anyways, in the video, I did pan or took my camera off and panned over to the ring light to show you guys, but if it doesn't work out, you'll see a bit of the recording from my phone. So again, I apologize for the jankiness of this video, but it's my first unboxing, so I apologize in advance. If you guys like more of this content, if you like the unboxing videos, I am very happy to do them. I get gifts from my community via my throne. So if you ever want to see unboxing from that angle, I'm very happy to do so. So just make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if this is the kind of content you'd like to see. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So this was me opening the fairy lights that I got to put up behind me. And as I'm opening this, I read a lot of reviews that said that these can get tangled easily, and I could already kind of see that when opening the box. And it comes with a remote control, and it won't work unless you plug it into that little cube that came in the box. But I also realized that there were no instructions, so good luck, future me. So I realized when purchasing these, the lights themselves are individual strings on individual hooks. So they need to be placed on curtains via curtain rod. So luckily, I had a green screen I used to use on stream that I no longer use anymore because it was just a lot to take up and put down. But shout out to Past Me for keeping the rod, because I would have been screwed if I didn't have it. So I was just getting the room prepared to start the process of putting these bad boys up. So I will say I'm gonna speed through most of this for you guys, but I want to give Past Me another shout out because the curtains I have hung up on my windows came in a pack with two sheer curtains. These are blackout curtains that I wanted for my room because it gets really hot in here and really bright because these are large windows. But it came with these two sheer curtains that I was like, I'm not going to use these, but you know what? Let me hold on to them, And high five Past Me for keeping these, because this is what made the fairy lights look really good. Also, don't mind me. I watched K-pop Demon Hunters last week, and the album's just been in my head. So you're gonna see a lot of dancing, a lot of singing, because just that album is chef's kiss. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is the part of the video I'm gonna start speeding up for you. I started putting the hooked lights onto the curtain, like the holes of the curtain themselves, so that they hook onto the curtain, and then I will, as you'll see, will put the curtain on the rod. Hope that makes sense. I'm not great at describing it, but you can kind of see it. They're hooked onto the holes. So yeah, it was very intimidating at first because I was like, how in the heck is this going to go on a curtain? But once I saw the curtain and I saw the lights, it kind of just like clicked. So it was at this moment I realized that I screwed up. I, for some reason, thought I had just the one curtain panel. I have two, but my brain just didn't process that I have more than one, so yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Remember what I said in the beginning of this video? Yeah, roll that tape back. That was a me error. Anyways, awesome. Glad we can establish that. Guys, it was late. I was tired, so I ended up taking the curtain rod down and just adding on the second panel. So at this point, I am going to each individual wire or hook and unraveling them. I didn't realize how long these were. I didn't fully read the description, but you want to be careful doing these because, again, they do tangle. I feel like they are so thin that they can break, but maybe that's just my own brain worrying. But yeah, no, they're pretty thin, and but they are very pliable. So you can bend them and twist them into however you want. But yeah, no, this is just me unraveling each one, and incredibly freaking long. You'll see me dance a couple times. Yep, there we go. See, there's me dancing. So K-pop Demon Hunters. That's all I'm gonna say. So I mentioned earlier about the block that it comes with. It's not gonna work without that block. Also, this is me testing it out to see if I like it, if I want to make any adjustments before I really go any further. But that block is super important. I don't know if you can use just any block. I don't know if it's the block that comes in the pack, but needless to say, you need the block in order for it to work. And this is me just figuring out the remote, how to cycle through the colors and figuring out how it works. I was a little confused, but we got there. So it was at this moment that I realized I screwed up. I put the side that plugs in on the opposite side. So the side that is supposed to be plugged in, I put by the bookshelf, not by the shelf with the lights. So I had to completely redo all of this. And mind you, taking these apart to redo was incredibly annoying because, like I said, and I keep iterating, these get tangled so easily. So you'll see me throughout the video untangling these. It's like playing freaking Tetris. It was aggravating. I think that was probably the most aggravating part of this whole thing, but that was a me error. Anyways, it was late. I'm tired. That's what I'm blaming it on. But I take responsibility. So as I mentioned earlier, these are pretty long, so what I did to fix that was just wrap it around my hand to help shorten it, essentially. And that seemed to really help with the length. So again, these are pliable, they're bendable, so if you're worried about the length, there's no need to worry, to be honest. I didn't love the look of the curtain covering the plushies, and I also thought that helping with the length, I could put it behind them. So I decided to sit down, kind of see what it looks like as if I were streaming, and overall, it turned out amazing. I was incredibly happy with it. It is what makes my RGB heart extremely happy, and honestly, it's so far a 10 out of 10 in my book. So I mentioned I wanted to show you guys the ring light, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what that looks like by my setup. I wanted something that could hold my phone so then I can stream on TikTok as well. So I got this ring light. It is adjustable. You can make it as low or as high as you want. That was my old ring light on the floor, which was great, and I loved it in the beginning. But I really wanted to grow my TikTok page, and I think to do that, this was going to be the best ring light for that. It also had really cool color features. It could swap between like RGB lights. It has so many different light settings. It's meant for content creation. So honestly, with it being about 25 bucks off Amazon, has a phone holder, is a large ring light, and has all different lighting features. It's absolutely incredible, and honestly, so far is a 10 out of 10 in my book because it gives off so much light, and it's just exactly what I needed, and it's not hurting my eyes when I look at my phone sitting there. But overall, y'all, this was a great haul. Everything I got wasn't expensive. I mean, if you're a streamer just starting out, looking to vamp up your stream room with some, if I can point correctly, RGB lighting. Honestly, these curtains were from Ross, and they were not that expensive. But if you want to vamp up your room with some RGB lighting, if you want a really inexpensive ring light that gives you some really decent lighting, I mean, I have other lights as well, but this ring light just alone is fantastic. And it's, like I said, it's very large, it does the job, and you have your phone. So if you want to see chat while you're streaming, highly recommend. And it's very sturdy. I sat here with my phone on it watching Netflix while I was just kind of testing things out and editing this video. But honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend. The links are down in the description below. So if you want to go ahead and purchase these items for yourself, make sure to check them out. But overall, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you can be notified every single time I go live. But if you guys want to see more unboxing videos, I am happy to do so. But I'll see you guys next time. And bye-bye.